For the teams that are like on the fence of like thinking about, hey, is this legit? Like, what is going on here? Do you want to give us a try? They want to get started, right? The barrier of entry is the license. And that's not hard. It's not like real estate.
And you pay for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Whether you sign up or don't, like, we'll pay for it.
We've made a simple process to get you through.
The license, the course, everything. Even like the post-license course, the extra.
And we're running, I know it's quite ever since the changes in 2008, it's quite a bit to get your LO license, but we're running 100% and getting people licensed.
Yeah, I would say like the time requirement is still pretty low. I mean, coming from the insurance background, my thing was 200 hours.
Right.
For the 220 license in Florida, 200-hour course. For real estate, when I did that, it was 75 hours in Georgia. I think
63 here.
Or 63. So mine was 75. Mortgage across the board, United States, is going to be 20 hours no matter what, right? And then like 8 hours of CE every year, but it's super easy to get through. But 20 hours, so it's a weekend class. Like, there's a lot of people that just do it in 2 days. If you're in person, like I did it on a Friday and a Saturday.
But the national test is a little
I think
harder.
the national test, so from my experience, before we kind of like tried to, you run into problems in business and you're like, how do we get more people to pass the test, right? It's not the easiest test. I think a lot of things follow a process, and we followed like, okay, this is the course that does a pretty good job, but we supplement it with its CompuCram, right? Like a separate, kind of expensive. We pay for it because it's worth the time, but it's a separate platform that actually gives you like the test questions, and that's you go through enough to where you can pass that test the first time around. And after implementing that, taking brand new people, it's
with no mortgage experience at all.
Nothing.
And they were able to get through first time.
Yeah, and I before doing that, like I always got everybody on the second try, right? It was always the second try or third, but rarely ever the first try. But now it's first try every time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because we followed that same process of making sure that they know. And for the test taking thing, like the questions, that's how I did every test, every study prep, and I was a nerd. Like, that's just what worked for me. Was by doing questions, you can figure out what they're trying to ask you.
You do enough of them, you figure out
enough
the logic.
Questions, the logic.
No matter how they ask you on the real test.
Some tests I was able to pass without even doing the subject matter material. I just did the questions, got them wrong enough times to understand why I'm getting them wrong based on the questions that they were asking, and that's enough to get a 75.
Yeah.
If time really needed it and I needed to do that, that was it took one day and I could understand and pass a test by taking practice questions. So we implemented that, right? It's the course, the full hour, the 20-hour course online or in person, however you like.
So a real estate team really has nothing to lose. I mean, you're going to pay for them to get their license.
Yeah, if you do it and you decide that, I don't want to do it.
So they can get their license, they can send in a deal, they get 0.5% just to see if they like the process. I mean, they've got nothing to lose.
Yeah, just
everything to gain.
Yeah, just that 20-hour course that they did. But I mean, it's worth a try.
Yeah.
Right? We're all trying to be competitive in here, but you'll join and you'll see like, oh, it makes sense. But yeah, no, I mean, we try to make it as easy as a choice as possible, right? I would feel hesitant if somebody was coming to me and saying, like, I try to do things like the way I would want them. So if somebody was coming to me and saying, hey, pay for a license and I'll help you, like, I would rather pay for the license, get you a shot, try it, see how you like it, no risk to you. I know my process is good, so I can back the money. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I can trust in what we're doing.
They're gonna believe it.
I know it'll work.
The first deal they do, they're gonna
right.
Like,
so
wow,
what is it, like $500 or something that we put it right away, right into the licensing and everything? I don't. And if you choose not to, that's completely fine. It's never a pressure thing or whatever it may be.
But if they do go through with it, you're going to wonder why you ran a real estate team so long without integrating lending.
Yeah.